Everybody's having a great weekend. Remember, stay hydrated. I recommend these. Being in the medical field for a long time. At least once, 3 times a week. Don't drink this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. End up with gallstones. Do not recommend. It's a known fact. You need water. At least 9 glasses a day. Unless you plan on being some soldier out in the field, God help you, who wakes up to a medical medevac helicopter in front of you and a guy staring at you with a pair of glasses in a tube, followed by something that's sticky, not so nice at some certain area of your body part, who wants to ask you a question. What on earth were you thinking? Standing there looking down at you, while about to hit you with something not so nice, just to help you stay hydrated. Now, why just cut all that to the chase and stop wasting that soldier's time once in a while and make sure you escort yourself to the nearest hydrating operating machine, like a water fountain, what have you. That would be better, would it not? Than feeling something not nice in your rear or in your vein, just to help you out with that. Golly, nothing highlights their day more than reminding you of that special effect if you don't. Squidward soldier. Moving right along, we're going to turn to the Bible and what Father talked about last weekend at church on post. A reading from the book of Genesis, Genesis 18-1. The Lord appeared to Abraham by the terebinth of Mamre as he sat in the entrance of his tent while the day was growing hot. Looking up, Abraham saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he ran from the entrance of the tent to greet them, and bowing to the ground, he said, Sir, if I may ask you this favor, please do not go on past your servant. Let some water be brought, that you may bathe your feet, and then rest yourselves under the tree. Now that you have come close to this servant, let me bring you a little food, that you may refresh yourselves, and afterwards you may go on your way. The men replied, Very well, do as you have said. Abraham hastened into the tent as told Sarah, Quick, 3 measures fine flour. Knead it and make rolls. He ran to the herb, picked out a tender choice steer, and gave it to the servant, who quickly prepared it. And Abraham got some curds and milk, and as well as the steer had been prepared, and set these before the 3 men. He waited on them under the tree while they ate. They asked Abraham, Where is your wife? Sarah replied. Then in the tent, one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year. And Sarah will then have a son. That's Genesis 18-1 through 10a. The next passage is Colossians, which is Colossians 10 area. Brothers and sisters, now I rejoice in my sufferings for your sake. Actually, it's 20-something. Brothers and sisters, now I rejoice in my suffering for your sake, and in my flesh I am filling up what is lacking in afflictions of Christ on behalf of his body, which is the church, of which I am a minister in accordance with God's stewardship, given to me to bring to completion for your word of God. The mystery hidden from ages and from generations past now it has manifested to his holy ones, to God chose to make known to the people of the glory of his mystery and in Gentiles. It is Christ in you for glory, and it is he whom we promise admonishing everyone and teaching everyone with all wisdom that may present everyone perfect. The word of the Lord, thanks be to God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. No more the project. Amen. May peace be amongst you, as most children would agree. Peace is better than war, as most nation leaders agree. It's better to learn a trade, get a new career, go back to school, instead of fighting or being part of gossip or rumors. Nobody likes being a part of that. Learn a trade, go back to school. It's better for you. Better for the people around you. People who look up to people who inspire them, not people who bully. Cabbage. Later that. Other things I recommend other than that. As you can see, this is from Colossians, 1 Colossians, Corinthians. I love her. Decorating my new bachelor pad here. Gigantic pad. I recommend having one of these damsels around for magazines, sports magazines. Who can I go wrong with Ariana? Golly. She just makes a man want to say, holy smokes, that's a woman right there. Along with her counterpart who sit there and smile between breaks while the two guys are beating each other to the almost beyond reason of insanity. That's Ariana and Brittany right there. It's jokes. God bless her. Watch her on occasion at the Irish pub O'Connor's. Her and her counterpart have a killer smile that just makes you want to stare more. It's not easy standing in front of a magazine, posing and thinking of all these people staring back at you. Golly, that's why I have respect for them. Which dude? Still working on Nicholas Sparks, a good book. I recommend it. Check it out. Who has not seen The Notebook? The movie, of course. So, damsels in distress, Rolling Stones, you name it. Speaking of which, don't slack off on vegetables this summer. Especially, I know most of you are into salad, some kind of salad, tossed salad, Italian salad, garbage, Hawaiian salad. All out to all you brothers out there and sisters, all those all over the world, especially you kids. Vegetables is a must. I'm sorry. Some parents get real squared away. They put it in with other food. That's pineapple right there. It's actually vegetables with it, but how are you gonna know that? You're only 3. God. You're squared away, chief, trust me. However, if you have a son like mine, he'd rather take a fork and use it for a slingshot before he even get one spoonful into his mouth. That's how mean I was when I was his age. Because I was so, like I said before, I was so squared away, I would go get the neighbor's dog. Wait till mom or dad ain't looking. Hey, it's under the table, could you hurry it up? As if to say not so many words. Also, today's paper, being squared away hardcore Army Chiefs. Squared away friends here who made sure I had one of these. I have not seen it already. They transport stuff around. Julian Pianos, you must check this out at the Zone if you're on base. Pre-performance Friday, August 16th, 7:30 through 11:30 p.m. $5 voucher for first 100 people after 7. For more information, call 270-461-0603. So, the grand piano is the greatest, hardest instrument to learn, other than the violin and the flute. Sing choir at church, you'll know these things, as myself. Also, look what was in the paper this week. Martin's art exhibit. Veteran artists play paintings at Planta's Bank Hillville. God bless them. Amazing works of art. Also at the core, if you haven't learned already, gate entry updates are being enforced come Monday. Gate entry changes ahead for post contractors, especially Eureka Mesa Charlie Company, 626 Brigade Support Battalion, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division scans a rapid gate card Wednesday at Fort Campbell's Gate 7. The new system is being implemented to provide stricter background checks for contractors entering the installation and other people, and goes into full effect Monday. That's at every installation. You must have the proper credentials or you're not getting in. Nobody's willing to risk or put their family safety at risk just because you don't have your credentials. It doesn't matter if you're carrying an 18-wheeler rig with a pile of 9-ton stuff on top. You must have proper stuff or you're not getting in. Rain or Shine by Megan Locke Simpson. Squarely Soldier. Ensuring the safe installation of this behind gate interchanges go into full effect Monday for Fort Campbell's contractors. This move comes as the rapid gate system rolls out post-wide in addition to the recent release of Garrison Policy Letter 37 that addresses installation access control vetting. In other words, have proper ID or you're not getting in. Starting Monday, anyone in possession of an Eagle car will have it confiscated at the gate and be required to fill out forms requesting a new form of access to the installation. Drivers will be issued a 30-day pass on the spot and given, if approved, an application for what is known as aerosol card. This application can be completed and returned to individual sponsors. Trust me, these people at these gates know the difference between a fake ID and a real one. They scan them now. The installation is required to conduct an NCIC National Crime Information Center check on any personnel entering an installation who do not have a DoD-issue ID card, meaning either a dependent ID card, retiree ID card, CAC card, active duty card, said Access Control Chief Richard Bader. So if you don't have one of these, God bless. I can imagine him saying that 9 times backwards. CAC, blah, 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 blah. God bless him. You're actually required to have an NCIC background check and be properly vetted before you enter the installation. On any installation. Do any commercial for that? So you have an Eagle card now. That does not guarantee that you're getting to get an aerosol card. Later continued, that means that would fall into a specific category and have to get your insurance on installation. Either way. So if you're in an aerosol card, if you end up not being authorized in the aerosol card, you would have to then be required to either participate in the Rapid Gate program or receive your vetting, and you will have to get 1 day pass if you're approved to enter the installation. Those are the choices. Got that? Okay, good. As you can see, squared away. Now, here's one since I advertised the Pointer newspaper free of charge, not charge you $50 per one ad, like certain people I know. I'm a squared away soldier. That's myself. I recommend the following advice free of charge. And it's free. It don't cost much because you can sit there and think, how many times have I shown this newspaper? Since I've been residing here. I'm sure the CEO of the Courier would be happy, delighted, and editors would be happy to tell you how many times. Care to count? Which is why I say the following. News hasn't been used since Peter Jennings was alive. How many times have I said that? God bless him. Because he told it like it was. If you want real news, I recommend the following for news reporters. 1, don't cheat yourself. Don't cut out people that were supposed to be there. And don't cheat those who keep you employed. Which is the worst thing. If you plan on having a job, I wouldn't go pissing off the nearest person who advertises you for free, especially when the base colonel knows him by name. Who could that be? Oh, and he works at the Arts and Crafts Center. He's an artist. He's into multi-talents. And other things. He could show you a few pointers, but it would take you all day to figure it out. Months of work was followed by some squared away soldiers. Some squared away peers who've been there longer than I have. God bless them. Speaking of that, here's one such point of fact. Let me be on behalf of those who weren't shown in this one brilliant artwork of article, which is what you clearly did. Community section, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have some squared away people here. I know these people because I work alongside them as a volunteer. Who could that be? A photo tells 1,000 faces. Squared away. God. Now, if I was a real photographer, I would have got everybody because nobody likes feeling left out, which is what the Courier's known for. Obviously, or they would have got off their training wheels and not hurt the people that keep them employed. Golly, I tell it like it is. I'm sure Colonel Dillinger would agree. He works right across the street. He's a favorite friend of mine. Here's another squared away sergeant. That's Sergeant Pickett. I know him. He's putting in a serious frame to get squared away. And down below is Mr. That's Larry Massey. Square carpenter. After all, Jesus was a carpenter's son. He shows you the fine points of why you don't put that in any other way. It's a friendly machine provided took the safety 2-hour video that shows you the do's and don'ts on operating such woodcraft machinery. Squid whistle. Hope everybody's having a great day. God bless you. Much love.